you can keep your bag up.
Sorry?
You can keep your
That's
bag
it.
up.
Good evening, everybody. I think you're still having your snacks. Good evening, everybody. Okay, that's much better. I know that it's a time of the day then you might feel a little drowsy, a little sleepy, because it's towards the end of the day. But let me assure you that I will not let you sleep, okay, with this session that the talk is about unlocking your superpowers, navigating school and beyond with essential soft skills. Okay, so you might have heard about this term soft skills, and thanks for the introduction that was given. Do you know who this is? Yeah, that's right, Charles Darwin. And it's not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the one most responsive to change. This is written by Professor Leon Megginson, who translated Darwin's Origin of Species in 1963. What aims here is, it is not the strength that you have, perhaps, but the adaptability to the change that makes you more acceptable in today's world. Okay, this talk is in 7 sections. The first one is the introduction to soft skills, because some of you must be still wondering what soft skills are. Then comes to a few of the soft skills, perhaps much essential ones: communication, emotional intelligence, time management, managing stress, right attitude, and brand you. So these are the areas that we'll be speaking about. Have a look at this short video. Okay, so what happened over there? Was there a communication that took place over there? Yes, there was a communication. Was it useful? Did it meet its purpose? Certainly not. Okay? Okay, just try this one more time. Okay, we're just seeing it one more time just to see the audio. Well, sometimes what we intended to say may not be actually understood by the other person, the receiver. Now let's look at what the term soft skills mean. Okay, character traits and interpersonal skills that support and the pursuit of personal and organizational goals. Okay, let's look at now what are these character traits? What are these personal skills that we have, interpersonal skills? Let's look at some of these. Okay, this is a list of character traits you might see. There's also a list of interpersonal traits on the other side. Now, these are the combination of these two segments or areas that makes up employability skills. So you can see lots of attributes are there. One is perhaps your character, the other one is how you deal with the other. One is your internal abilities, the second one is how you deal with the other person. All right, so what are soft skills? When you spoke about soft skills, definitely there's something called hard skills as well. So let us look at these soft skills and hard skills. So hard skills are the ability coming from one's knowledge, practice, and aptitude, or special training in which a person has competence and experience. In other words, hard skills are your subject, that is your specializations, your core area subjects. Okay, your skills and the subjects, those are called the hard skills, your subject specialisms. Now, what is soft skills? Soft skills are desirable qualities for any employment, any job, and it does not depend on acquired knowledge, not necessarily. They include common sense, which is very uncommon these days, right? Also, they include the ability to deal with people skills or interpersonal skills, and a positive and flexible attitude. So these are the definitions if you look at this. Now, we are talking about what are your superpowers within you? How can we unleash those superpowers within you to create more impactful or meaningful life in general? Okay, the volume is very loud. What are your superpowers? Okay, that was a superpower sound also that you have heard about. How to discover them? These are some of the things that we are looking at now. Several studies have found that 75% of long-term success depends on people skills, and only 25%, that is just a quarter, depends on the technical knowledge. Technical knowledge is the subject competence, the subject knowledge that you have. Okay, that's what one definition says. Another study speaks about hard skills that contributes only 15% to one's success, whereas a whopping 85% of one's success in life is due to soft skills. One more definition. Hard skills are specific teachable qualities or abilities that can be defined and measured. It's easy to measure how much you got from mathematics, how much you've got for this subject. Whereas, on contrast, soft skills are areas that are not tangible, and it's very hard to quantify those. When you pass out of your school, you might get a certificate for your subjects, maybe physics, maybe humanities, what are the subjects and how much you score on those subjects. Will there be any certificate that says that you got 80% for your attitude, 70% for your attendance? Is there anything? It's hardly measurable. So it's not tangible. It comes only through your performance. Okay, so let's look at some of the terms which are similar to soft skills. Now, these are terms globally used to refer to the same attribute, soft skills. Sometimes it's known as the employability skills, core skills, basic skills, or transferable skills. Have a look at those things. Transdisciplinary skills. Everything refers to the same. Sometimes they call it, in Oman, they use it for 2040 vision. They use it as the future skills. That the skills that are needed by any professional at any organization to define themselves in the future. Goethe, the German philosopher, says, every individual is a marvel of the unknown and unrealized possibility. Soft skills in you describes the efficiency and abilities of a person, and unlike hard skills, they are intangible. That's why many of those competitive examinations or even jobs these days, multinational companies, they conduct something called psychometric tests as part of their interview. I don't know whether you've heard about this test, psychometric tests. Have you heard about those? Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, brilliant. Okay, what are those tests? They are not only assessing your core competence in the subject specializations, your knowledge in your technical abilities or knowledge, They are checking whether you are good with your attitude. How are you fitting or suitable in a particular job situation? Okay, so let's move on with this and look at these types of psychometric tests. You might have heard about this, as you said. Sometimes it can be numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning. Sometimes they give it situational based questions to see how you react to the situations. In fact, many of those international organizations conduct psychometric tests as part of their entry level screening part of it. They look at this, and the reason why they look at it is they would see not only the qualifications that you have, because it's very easy to look at your certifications and say, okay, somebody got A plus, that might be a cutoff criterion for their intake. But later on they want to say whether this person fits in. You can't give jobs to everybody who has got an A plus, right? Imagine all of you are going to appear for an interview and everybody gets an A plus. Then what's the difference basically? They need to test something beyond that. So psychometric tests are computer generated tests which are created by computer specialists and the professionals together. There will be a battery of questions, and some questions are. So it is said that psychometric tests are hard to cheat because the digital algorithms and the responses that you give within a few seconds, they will judge your personality, your attitude, how you cope with the whole situation over there. So psychometric tests are much popular these days because they also eliminate something that we called unconscious bias, which a human interviewer might have. You got what I mean, right? A human interviewer might look at your personality or some kind of aspects or characteristics and look at you or try to judge you, because we are all judgment creatures, right? Human beings, although we said that no, I don't judge, don't judge a book by its cover. We are all judgment creatures, and basically, before you see somebody speaking on the stage, you would have made an impression of the person, how that personality is, how maybe by the looks, maybe by the mannerisms, the walking, the standing posture. You might have definitely made an assumption of the speaker. So it is important that we eliminate this individual bias, and then psychometric tests come to picture over there. Soft skills that are highly in demand. Okay, these are some of the shortlisted soft skills. Have a look at those ones on the left. I think you understand most of them. Okay, anything which is not understood, I think you know what is integrity, interpersonal skills, teamwork, work ethics. Okay, these are all mostly the soft skills that are highly in demand. However, if you ask 10 different hiring managers on the soft skills, they all give 10 different answers, because it depends on the organizational necessities. What is the competence required for this particular job? There's nothing like, this is the only 10 soft skills or anything. It depends on it. However, there are some basic fundamental skills which everyone must have, irrespective of which organization, which role you take up. Do you know that in a study conducted in the US, out of 3,000 people, 45% of the people said that their number one fear is speaking to an audience. Only 30% of the people said death as the number one fear. Do you agree with that? The number one fear of many people, in fact, they say 3 out of 5 individuals, they suffer from speech anxiety. Okay, let's look at this. So, look at this 10 greatest fears what found out in a survey. The number one fear is speaking in front of people. I'm sure when you might have had some assignments, speaking, standing in front of a group and presenting in your school. And most of us initially are not comfortable, right? How many are comfortable with speaking in front of people? How many are, can you raise your hands? Okay, I could see hardly 1 or 2. Yes, okay, that's good. That's good. So you can see majority of them does not want to, okay, they do not want to speak there. So here, public speaking is said to be number one fear for many people, And so death comes only as number 2. Okay, so 3 out of every 4 individuals suffer from speech anxiety. What is this fear of public speaking called? What's the technical term for it? Stage fright. Okay. More formal term. It's called glossophobia. It's a Greek term. Okay, glottis means tongue. Phobia means, phobos means fear. So the fear of speaking in public. Now, mastering oral and written communication skills are essential for any job aspect in the future. Now, look at the verbal and non-verbal communication. In a face-to-face communication, how much do you think is the percentage of non-verbal communication? Like I'm talking to you, or you're talking to your friend. How much is words, if you take in percentage, how much is non-verbal communication, including body language, the speech, the volume, the tone of your voice? How much do you think is a non-verbal percentage? 60 is body language, non-verbal. Anybody else? 50-50. That sounds like a biscuit. Yeah, but is it? Anybody else? Just give her. How much? 70? 70-30. Okay, so I think everybody's a bit sleepy. Shall we do a small activity? You can sit there. Can you raise your right hand? Okay, say hi to the person sitting next to you. Both sides. Okay. Can you take a pinch? Hold your cheek. Hold your cheek. So look at others, how many were holding the cheek? I think we shouldn't have this session because all of you are not listening. You are just looking only, all right? So what does it say? Yeah, put your hands down. What does it say? Human beings are highly influenced by eyes visually. Okay? So we follow what is seen, not what is said. Okay, that's why it's difficult to listen to the lectures. They look at what is happening and they don't listen to the words over there. So that comes back to the same point here. 93% is the non-verbal communication. Can you believe that? 93% of a face-to-face communication is conveyed non-verbally. Non-verbally includes body language, facial expressions, your tone, voice, intonation, pitch, okay, the appearance, the dress, everything. 93%. Okay, for a simple example, you come to the class in the morning and you meet your friend, say, how are you? And the friend is saying, I am fine. You say, are you okay? Yeah, I am fine. What do you feel? Oh, she's fine. Is it okay? Is she okay? Is he okay? How did you judge the person semantically? The meaning wise, I am fine means, you Google it, yeah, I'm fine. But can you take that as the answer, as the meaning? Then how did you judge? The tone, the facial expression, these are actually conveyed. So you can see the words carry almost nothing in many situations. Only the non-verbal communication, that's what matters. When you say somebody, when you look at somebody, non-verbal cues are important. And that's why you might get irritated when your friend is not looking at you when you speak. Imagine the friend is looking at your mobiles and then, he's saying, come on, I'm speaking. Yeah, I'm listening to you. Yeah, tell me. Is that okay with you? No. You feel the attention is divided. You feel that something is missing. So 93%, let's divide it. Visual is 55%. Your body language is 55%. Vocal pitch, speed, volume, tone, everything is 38%. Words, just 7%. Now, if this is the situation of face-to-face communication, it's a Meherbian rule, Meherbian principle. What about telephone? Is it okay? You can't see the person. Then what is the percentage of telephonic communication? The words, the words and the non-verbals. How much will be the percentage? Is it same or different? Of course, you can't see the person. It's not a video call on the telephonic conversation. Is it different or same? It is different, but again, the ratio is, look at this. The ratio says that 18% is the content, 82% is the tone of your voice. And this happens not only just words. Sometimes when you chat with your friend, you know that there is a difference. He said, what happened? Yeah, it's okay, You feel that there is a difference in the person's chat. Okay, the person is not chatting. How do you judge that? You can easily judge. Or when you speak to somebody, are you listening to me? You can always feel the person has an undivided attention or not. So this is the principle. Always remember this in the communication aspect. Miscommunication is very common these days, right? Which one is correct? One on the left or one on the right? Which one? Okay, Jacob likes cooking his family and his dog. Okay, so what is actually the correct one? Yes, that's right. This is the right one. Jacob likes cooking his family and his dog. So that's what. Anything else? What about this? Okay. Hello. Is that okay? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what about this one? It was a telephonic order. All right, so this is very common these days, So, do you want to swim there or not? Okay, one last one. Okay. Okay, so mistakes are very common in these days, especially when we are quickly communicating. Although we have fast mode of communication, the digital media, the errors in communication are plenty if you look around. So let's look at that. So how to make the lasting impression, great lasting impression? Be on time. What's the meaning of be on time? You know that. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So always be on time. Coming early does not make you, ensure that you will get the job or anything. But at least coming late has a disadvantage over that. Be yourself, be at ease. What does it mean be at ease? When you talk to somebody, don't be stressed and then don't stand in a stiff position. Be at ease. Your hands and shoulders relaxed. Be at ease. Present yourself appropriately, especially dress is important. Costumes are important. When I reached to the school, I could see all those teachers with beautiful colored saris and everybody was very decked up. That creates a different impression in the minds of a visitor. It's not that not anybody wears any kind of dress, but it creates a sense of cordiality, the unity among themselves, the teamwork. That's a spirit. The word about individuality, yes, everybody is unique, so have your personality as individual. A winning smile. Don't forget about this winning smile element, because smile is just to be the universal gesture of goodwill. In any aspect, in any situation, smile is absolutely important. Smile relaxes people. However, if you don't smile, it is really creating a stiff situation. Be open, small talks, and be positive, courteous, and attentive. Now look at these images. What do you understand? So a lot of things go without what is being said. We judge people not by what they say, but how they say it. Okay, that's a non-verbal communication. We just saw that Mathew principle of 93% is body language. So you can see that body language is an essential element. Not to forget social media. This is something which is very useful to you as well. I'm sure everybody has a social media account, right? More or less. Anybody here without? No angels here. Oh, somebody there. Okay. All right, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. So you're really an exception, okay, these days. Now we all have social media accounts, and are you being responsible in the social media? You might be having, Insta, Snapchat, whatnot. You might have everything. I'm sure you all have moved out of Facebook because your parents are there, right? Okay, so they are not the monitor you, so you went for. Now you have all those things. Now, what is important? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about LinkedIn? Okay, so it's owned by Microsoft. Now, this is not a social media as we in our concept. What is this for? A professional social media account. Here you post not when you went for the birthday party or you went for paragliding. That's not the place to post. But here what you post is your academic achievements. You attended a conference, you attended a seminar, you post it, you link it, you hashtag with your conference details. Thereby your prospective, your future job, client is looking for what is a person's traits of studies or academic scholarly interference throughout the job. I teach in a college, as you know, so some of the students might do a LinkedIn profile towards the end, the last 6 months of their university life. That may not be sufficient. It should have a consistent event that's happening throughout your studies or study period. Have you heard, what do you think this is? Yeah, somebody was saying, yeah? Excellent, yeah, well done, yes. That's digital footprint. Now, employers will check your e-profile. So why don't you check it before? Because studies have found out that 93% of recruiters in the US will review a candidate's social profile before making a hiring decision. 93%. And you know that sometimes even if you delete some of the images, that remains somewhere in the digital world. So you are responsible for your own digital footprints. Now, what is the best way to check? There is a way to check. Go to onlineidcalculator.com and put your full name and see what all things pop up. And the best thing to do is not from your mobile phone, but someone else's phone. Or just Google on your friend's phone, ask him or her to Google your name and see what all pops up. What are the first 10 things pops up? It could be the social media. It could be sometimes the photographs which you don't want to be appearing. So it lies over there somewhere in the digital media. So be careful for your own footprint. Sometimes we might be posting as a funny post or something, adventurous thing, in the future can be an embarrassment for you, and it can be very costly dearly when you post something for your job. You have seen this, right? What is it? All right. So you know that there is a fourth monkey these days. Okay? The fourth monkey is the digital monkey. And then the important thing is post no evil these days. So this is also very important thing. Okay, let me just go to another one here. Attention for detail. Are you ready for a small activity? Ready? Okay, so read this with me, first of all, together. Let's read it together. Finished files are the results of years of scientific study combined with the experience of many years. All right. Now, shall we look at this once again, the same line once again? Then this time, your task is count the number of F in this sentence. Ready? That will be displayed for only 10 seconds. You have to count the number of F in the sentence. Here we go. Okay, how many counted 3? Raise your hands. Well done. How many counted 4? That's good. How many counted 5? Oh, really? Anybody more than 5? 6? Okay, you know how many there were? So what happened? We all looked at the same, it's an objective reality over here. We all looked at the same statement, same sentence. This is what an example of life. The opportunities that are there equally available for every one of us. Some of us make it more than the others. Some of us explore further. Some of us find more resources in the world. They find more friends, more opportunities in their life, or more people to fund their future projects, more people to help them in the future. So opportunities are there. Only thing is you need to use your superpowers to find them out. Okay, heard about this word? Very popular. Okay, emotional intelligence. Okay, I think some of you might have heard about this. I'm sure your teachers are smart. They are nodding. You know, teachers have become very smart after teaching you, because teaching is the best way to learn, as they say. Okay, so emotional intelligence is a combination of the brain. Okay, emotional intelligence is the ability to monitor one's own emotions and others' feelings and emotions. So you should know why your reactions are. Why do you feel moody? Why do you feel grumpy? And also, you should know why the other person is grumpy. When you said that, no, I'm fine, you can't take the person's literal statement for granted. You should know why the person is saying like that. So try to understand the other person's feelings and emotions and use this information to guide one's own thoughts and actions. Emotional intelligence has come into picture, especially in the late year 2000s. Mainly the proponent of this was the groundbreaking book written by Daniel Goleman. Why IT, I know that why can be better for IQ. For example, look at this. Emotional intelligence is the EQ, otherwise we call it, not the IQ. I think we all heard about IQ, right? What is Einstein's IQ? Huh? All right, okay. Did you count it? I didn't find it, okay. Okay, so IQ is said to be, we are inborn with it. We can't change. But emotional quotient is something which you can train yourself and change over a period of time. It revolves around 5 elements. Self-awareness, that means you're aware of your own self. Motivation, you can motivate yourself and others. Empathy, what is empathy? Not sympathy. It's one step ahead of empathy. Yes? Exactly. Wow, that's good. Let's give a round of applause, for that little one who stood up and said, yeah, that's good. So, yeah, empathy is one step ahead of it. Empathy is where sometimes when you watch a tragic movie, you cry. Why? You feel one with what the person is undergoing, the hero is undergoing, the heroine is undergoing. So this is called empathy. Empathy is the understanding of feeling. Sometimes we say putting yourself in someone else's shoes. That's called the empathy. Social skills, okay, talking to people, communicating to people. Self-regulation, controlling your feelings and emotions, not acting, not being impulsive. Impulse control is an element of great importance. Gratification, self-gratification. So this is called emotional intelligence, EI or EQ. So EQ, the person with EQ is more important. They will achieve more than things compared to the person who is having IQ for satisfaction, for life satisfaction. Look at this, IQ 137, EQ nil. So you can see that, in other words, emotional quotient. Okay, so you can see emotional quotient is like the one which is below the tip of the iceberg. What we see normally is the IQ. What is IQ basically? Your test scores, how much you got for your subjects. That percentage, the grade that you got, that is the IQ. It shows you can retain the knowledge and reproduce it, retention of knowledge. Whereas EQ is more a behavioral element. You can see that research shows that those with IQ will have success for 20%. However, those with the rest, the 80% of success depends largely on your emotional quotient. Now, I'm not talking about I'm not degrading the importance of your subject, the specialisms, the core subjects that you study. But apart from your subject specializations, give importance to your personality, your attitude, your approach, how you behave, your respect for the other person. These are the elements of success that will be determining. A person with low EQ will always have regrets and negative things to say about. If only I had born rich. Okay, so these are the only things people with low EQ speak about. Whereas a person with high EQ will speak about, will look at life realistically. There can be a time to wait and a time to watch. There can be a time to fight and a time to love, a time to speak and time to be silent. So, you know that we all have this left and the right hemisphere of brain, right? Left basically speaks about, left is, what is that? It's a seat for analytical elements, logic, mathematics, idea training. That's the left brain. Whereas right brain, we use it mainly for creativity, artistic. Okay, feelings are created by the right side. Which one is important, do you think, in life? That one? Which one is important? Both are important, exactly. Okay, you can't be a robot. Okay, this is a robot, with no feelings. It does work. Huh? Yeah, this has got more of feelings. So understand the people who are around you, your staff members, your classmates, your colleagues. You should treat them with, empathetic feeling. That's why we say, be an empathetic leader, a leader who understands people, the pulse of the people who work with you. Okay, there's an activity for you. Are you ready? Okay. I'm going to display some words here. Don't read the words, but you have to say the color in which the word is written. Will you read the words? Don't read the words. You have to say the color. Okay? It has to be quick. You can't think, it will go very fast. Ready? Okay. Did we struggle? Was it easy for you? Why is that? Because there is always a conflict between your left and the right brain. The left brain always analyzes, tries to read what it is. Now it will say yellow because that will actually read the concept. Whereas the right brain says you have already given a command not to read it but say the color. So it says green. Okay. So there's always a conflict between the left and the right brain. You need both actually to be successful in life. That's what it is. So emotions are contagious. You believe in it, right? Emotions are contagious. They say smile and the world, laugh and the world laughs with you, right? Weep and you weep alone. People gravitate towards positivity. If you are a positive person, you'll get more friends because they want to be, with the positive people. They want to see the positive side of it. However, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't look at or you shouldn't listen, turn a deaf ear towards pain and the sufferings. You might listen to the person, understand, but imagine every day, out of the whole 1 month, every day the person comes and weeps. Okay, then you feel that it's not worth. So this is what is important. People gravitate towards positivity. Positivity is an approach of looking at life. Experiences life are different, positive or negative, but how we approach, that's what the positivity is. So remember, emotions lead to thoughts. Thoughts leads to behavior. Behavior leads to performance and outcomes. So what is important here? Control the thoughts. Emotions will happen. Things will happen. When you drive, those who drive, when you drive, somebody will cut across your lane. What do you need to do? You can react, you can honk. Okay, but then what is that? If you're emotionally intelligent, you say, okay, that's his problem. You should keep an emotional resilience. Okay, the equilibrium, so the resilience, that's what the aim is. Okay, so the next point out of 7 points, the next point is, fourth point is organizing and managing yourself, the time management. Time management is otherwise known as life management, basically. A woodcutter says, if I had 8 hours to cut a tree, I would spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. So smart woodcutters will not just go and start cutting the wood. They will ensure that they have the right tool, the sharpened tool, which is very important. So they take time to sharpen the tool. So whatever approach is, planning is important, right? planning carefully. If you get a task, if you get a project, if you get a teamwork with from your school, what is important is not just starting the work, but still look at, reflect on it. Think about it. What are the resources I need? Who will be best at it? So planning is very important before you actually execute a task. Have you heard about the time jar or sweet jar by Stephen Covey? All right. Okay, I told you, teachers are very smart, Okay. Yes, let's look at this. Is for you, the time jar theory.
Easy. With trivial activities, you will not have the time for the things that actually matter. Whether you are a businessman, mother of four, or a professional, anyone can lose focus of the things that are important in life and fill precious time with meaningless things. In the 80s, Stephen Covey taught the importance of prioritizing the important things in life, which will enable you to do more than you ever thought was possible. His concepts still apply to life today. Even if you think you know all of this already, the visualization metaphor really hits home. This demonstration from the 7 habits of highly effective people will change how you prioritize. If you lack focus and want to do more important things in your day, you have to check out this life-changing video.
Okay, so what is being said over there? 3 elements were there. What were the 3 elements? The stones, the pebbles, and the sand. What are they representing? What are the stones? The big things in your life. Your studies, your education, okay, your life matters, or your family maybe. These are the stones in your life. What are the pebbles? Yeah, smaller stuff. Maybe urgently it came up, your health issues, you fell sick. You can't just say, I'll go to the doctor's next month. You have to immediately attend to certain things which was not planned before. What are the sands in your life? Social media, okay? Whether to watch this reel, even towards the end, when you sleep. Okay, one more reel. That is impulsive nature. Those are the sands. So sands comes at the end of your life jar. So very popular one, Stephen Covey's life jar, that speaks about it. What is this? I'm sure somebody will say. If you don't say, teachers will say. Huh? Okay, well done. Multitasking, exactly. So, how many of you are good multitaskers? Oh, brilliant. All right. You are the generation for tomorrow. Yes. Okay, so you're not an exceptional multitasker. Yeah. You know why? Studies have found that only 2.5% of undergraduate students can do two things at once without performance deficits. We can do two things. You know, the brain doesn't look at two things at the same time. What does the brain do? It switches between. If you watch TV and if you start eating, will you enjoy relishing your food? You'll just mechanically you will eat because that's a mechanical thing. But your attention is mostly on the TV. And that's why psychologists say that no, enjoy the moment of whatever you're doing. They say if you're in the shower, enjoy the shower, the water droplets falling onto your body, enjoy that moment. Okay, eating, enjoy the food. That's when you relish the food. So multitasking, there are lots of perils, a lot of dangers of multitasking. A lot of studies, if you look at YouTube, you'll find out it lowers the IQ, the intelligence level, and a lot of studies. And on an average per day, 2.1 hours per day is spent by an employee looking at disruptions and interruptions. And okay, results in a more disorganized way. If you're a multitasker, it impairs our ability to think, and it's the ability which is affected by distinguishing between relevant or irrelevant information, impairs to effectively switch between the tasks. If you drive and use the phone, I can't ask you, I'm sure you know, but if you drive and use the phone, I know, irrespective of whether you use a Bluetooth or it's a handheld device or you use a loudspeaker, microphone, regardless of this, when you reach your destination, what would you always think? Oh my God, did I cross that signal? I didn't even realize that. I reached my place. Now this is very natural for it because our body, our mind doesn't look at the road conditions over there. When you speak to somebody, the mind forms a mental image of the person. So you start, when you say, no, let's go for a picnic, in this particular park, you actually visualize it. So even though you are open, your eyes are open, you're actually blind. And psychologists call this as inattentional blindness. It's like you are blind when you drive. You don't realize it. That's why people react slowly. There's a 300% chance of getting accidents when you speak on the phone. Your hands are there on the steering, both the hands, but still there's a distraction. Managing stress. Again, this is something which is there. You know that there are two kinds of stress. One is a positive stress. Imagine you have got an exam, a presentation, a task to complete. Imagine your group is having a performance on the stage. Don't you feel, there is some tension built up, some butterflies in your stomach, right? If you're giving a presentation, you feel like something is fluttering inside you. So that's normal. You should have that a little bit of stress to do your performance well. Psychologists say that if you don't have stress, a very relaxed work environment, employees are relaxing, coming in at any time with no impunity, with full of impunity, work is affected. You need certain rules and regulations, you need certain carrot and stick to run the organization or in a classroom. So you need this. Good stress is the type of stress we feel excited. If you ask an Olympic runner, an athlete, are you scared? Don't you feel nervous? You know what they normally say? I feel excited. So they convert the fear into excitement. That is what they look at it. Causing irritability. It's like, imagine this is a good stress or bad stress. A roller coaster ride. Good stress, naturally. Bad stress is where continuous pressure on your mind which doesn't get over. Okay, maybe you have a bad boss. Okay, so work is unending and then you are unnecessarily pressurized. This is what, so a lot of changes will happen to you, your anxiety, you're angry sometimes. This is what good stress is. This is good short, for a short period, it's beneficial and it enhances your function. You'll perform well because you'll do it well. So that is physical and mental strength. Distress is a bad stress. So this will lead to anxiety, depression, and sometimes mental breakdown. So positive stress is always there. Now, sometimes when you continuously have the tension, what happens? This is the intended performance, but you get burnt out immediately because it's a continuous performance that's happening in your workplace. How can you change the bad situation to a good situation? Shift the perception, focusing on the resources you have. What are the challenges? What are the potential benefits? What will I get? Hard work is always difficult, right? If given a choice, we all would relax. But why do we need kind of stress? Because you always dream about what will I get at the end of it? What is it I will achieve at the end of my studies? I want to become, whatever you want. You want to become a professional, an IT professional, a journalist, a teacher, a doctor, or an engineer. Whatever your dreams are, that dream should motivate you further into that. Having a positive mindset is also an important thing. Managing stress. There are some physical activities you can get, trying to getting more sleep, relaxation technique, talk to someone, write it down, accept the change. Sometimes you may have to accept that things will not change. So accept the situation as it is. Are you ready for a puzzle? All right, so you have to tell me fast in 5 seconds this answer. Ready? How much second do you have? Yes, you have 5 seconds, yeah. Come on, 5 seconds. 4, 6. It's 8. Well done. Let's give a round of applause for those who said 8. Okay. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Yes, that's right. Another one. Ready? Are you ready for the next one? 5 seconds only. How much time do you have? Okay, here we go. Come on, shout. You said it very fast. Many people are counting the numbers, looking at the numbers. Yes, that's right. The word spot was repeated. Next one, last one. I'm sure everybody is scared. See, you're not answering. It was only line A. Come on. See, I tricked you, See, you were so careful looking line. Okay, so which line is longer? Of course, it's line A. Okay, this speaks about the next word. Okay, next point, the penultimate point. What does it convey to you? Yes. Okay, sometimes we don't realize our blessings. Okay, sometimes we don't realize our blessings. What is important is your right attitude, which is an important soft skill. Positive attitude is an important soft skill. Okay? Attitude is a predisposition or tendency to respond positively or negatively towards a certain area, object, or situation. Research has shown that bronze medalists, on an average, are happier than silver medalists. Can anybody tell me? That's right. That's right. Why do the person who got bronze is happier than one who got a silver? Yeah. Yes. The silver medalist will always be sad thinking that I lost my gold. Whereas a bronze medalist is excited. I got a medal. I would have lost it. So this is psychology. This is true psychology of it. So sometimes look at this guy. He is wondering, what is he so excited? He feels, but look at his excitement. He's so excited and thrilled that he got a bronze, the third prize. So this is a part of it. Attitude is a state of mind. It's a little thing that makes a big difference. What you think about yourself makes a big difference. You will never reach your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks. Okay? A lot of distractions might happen in our regular life, day-to-day life. But if you start responding, reacting to every situation, it'll definitely be a distraction for everybody. You will not reach your destinations for sure. And the lion doesn't turn around when the small dog barks. An African proverb. Okay. Oh, thank you. You're right. Okay. Um, it doesn't. So, Zig Ziglar, one of the motivational gurus, says that your attitude, not your aptitude, will determine your altitude, where you reach. That is determined by your attitude. So, it shows the importance of attitudes. So, coming towards the end, are the educational institutes responsible for soft skills development? What do you feel? Students are saying yes. Yeah, you're right. We all are responsible for it because classroom is an ideal ground, learning ground where one can practice alternate ways of dealing with people, facilitating, learning and transferring knowledge. Your classroom, look at your classroom, especially in a cosmopolitan city like Muscat. You will get people from different states perhaps, different languages, different religious beliefs. You all are together, but tomorrow you're going to work together. So it's a good learning ground to exercise, to hone your soft skills. So Lydia Brackman's quotation. That comes to the last point that we have here. What are these brands famous for? Any idea? You might have heard, you know all these brands. What are they famous for? When you hear about Volvo cars, okay. What are these brands famous for? Okay, I think some of you are saying, okay, Volvo is mostly meant for safety, the safety belt, okay, remember? Mercedes-Benz for luxury. iPhones, I'm sure many of your iPhone fans, reliability. Red Bull, imagine Red Bull, what do you think always? Adventure, excitement, they are there to sponsor every adventure game. Okay, FedEx, trust that your parcel will deliver. Swiss watches, very famous for its precision of it. The question to you is, if you were a brand, what would you be known for? What would you be known for if you were a brand? Okay, that's what. Sometimes what we think about ourselves may not be the thing what our friends think about us. Okay?
Sir, your speech was so good that they weren't willing to go back to their school.
Okay.
They actually requested their vice principal if they can stay back and listen to you and then go.
Oh, my
The
pleasure.
class was waiting for a long time.
Okay.
They requested if we can wait.
All right, so yeah, good to know that. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. We won't take you long, okay? Only a few, yeah. So we were talking about these brands. What are these brands known for? Well-known brands, okay? So these brands are known for these values, the qualities. Over a period of time, they have built their trust in people to create these values through their products. And now, if you were a brand, that's what we were talking about, what would you be known for? What do you think people think about us? Have you ever any idea? We might have some perception about ourselves, but what do people think about us? Okay, these questions will be, now, look at these. Can you describe any 3 words to brand you? You can pick up the words. There are positives and negatives. Take a minute. Pick up 3 words to brand you. Yeah, I can hear positive. Yes, okay. Okay, so any pick up 3 names that, just like we said about Volvo, that is safety. When you think about that person, I'm sure everybody, okay, what did you think about? What did you choose? Anybody wants to share? Anybody wants to share? What 3 things you think about yourself? I heard about positivity. Huh? Don't worry. Even if others don't think about you like that, it's okay. Yeah. Huh? Problematic. Oh, thanks for being very open. Yes, let's give a round of applause. Being okay. I think you're bold and courageous. Yeah, good to say. Okay, problematic and what else? Huh? Three things. Naughty, immature. Okay, so I'm sure you have lots of positives if I ask your friends. Okay, let's give a round of applause. Okay. So think about what you want to project yourself. What is the image that you want to project yourself? I'm sure in your classroom, if you think about this person, what comes to your mind? You have a perception, right? Oh, this fellow is always naughty. Not about you, okay? Another person, okay? This person over here is a lazy bum. He's a lazy fellow. He comes every time late to the class. When there is a submission, he's always asking for excuses. This is what the perception you all have about every one of us. Even about teachers, right? She is like that. He is like that. Correct? Yes. And the teachers will have the same thing about you also, okay? Okay, so yeah, this boy, this girl, I'm sure they will have. This is what the brand image that you have created. Knowingly or unknowingly, we create our own brand image. So make sure that if you want to be positive, if you want people to think positively, every action of yours counts over there. Every aspect counts over there. So here, think about you as a brand. What unique talents can you form? What is that you want to become in the future? Which profession that you are aiming at? When you aim at a profession, you have to behave accordingly to reach. Okay, ensure that your steps, the career aspects that you talk about, should be able to match with the progress that is shown there to reach your dream destination for jobs. And if you know that, if you have the dream destination, lots of multinational companies, if your dream jobs of Google or Apple or iPhone, whatever it is, or Samsung or Nokia or whatever you want to join in the future, or IT firms, what do you think the employers look for when recruiting students and graduates? Always think about that. What is that my employer look forward in you, these things? Now, I will end this with this couple of slides on the AI, which couldn't be excluded there. Today's AI, look at this. Now, by the time you finish your graduation, students, I think most of you are in 10, 11, 12th. By the time you finish your graduation, many of the jobs that we have today would have vanished by the time. Correct? So, 5 years, 6 years down the line, especially, you can see this full-time, you can see this actually. The quota of employment, arts and entertainment, 23% are affected by it by 2030. And one more thing, this is a predicted job creation sector by 2037. Because of the influence of artificial intelligence and machine learning, not everything is bad, not everything is negative. There are jobs created also. In which sector? Health and social work. Professionally, you can see the percentage of increase in the jobs in the future. Education, yes, teachers can still hang on there. You still have hopes, okay, even with the IT and the AI. Accommodation, food services, but you can see that minus happening here. Administrative services, other sectors, wholesale and retail, construction, financial insurance, public administration, transportation, accounting jobs will vanish, they say. Within 10 years' time, there's no accounting jobs. Okay, manufacturing industry, that are all from the internet. So this is what I end up today. Sometimes you find some stones there. Turn your wounds into wisdom and your stumbling blocks to stepping stones. So what we have tried to sum up here is we were talking about companies that are continuing to rate the employees with the interpersonal soft skills, which are very important. It's often said that hard skills will get you a job. You'll get the job, but the soft skills you will need to get to keep the job. Success is based not only on what you know, but also how we can communicate with others. So remember to unleash your superpowers within you. Soft skills are your superpowers. Identify what am I good at, which areas am I good at. Hone those skills, and it's important that you will come out with a brilliant personality with the hard and the soft skills together. So thank you so much. This is what we just saw that.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring session. As a token of our gratitude, we would like to present a memento and certificate to Dr. Binu James Mathew. I would like to invite Mr. Shabir Shamsuddin, Head Purchase and HSC Subcommittee, to do the honors.
With this, we come to the end of today's session. We are sure you all have enjoyed this session immensely and are carrying back the valuable resources for yourself. Thank you.